Well, we've seen all the images from Puerto Rico of what Fiona's done there, and that's not the only system out there in the tropics right now.
Yeah, Fiona, it's all connected, right? So we've got Fiona to think about, sure, as it moves away, and that'll impact our beaches for the next couple of days. But kind of in the back of our minds, we've still got a long way to go to think about our next system that's entering the Caribbean, but that would become our next thing to track. That X right there, X marks the spot, kind of being bashed around by the outflow of Fiona. As mentioned, you got to kind of look upstream to see what's coming downstream, and these connections play a big part in how a storm like this will develop. Fronts coming across the United States to play a big part in how this will turn, how strong it gets, how it even organizes. So much still, and there are a lot of computer model forecasts, a lot of spaghetti models you're probably seeing online that are frankly pretty scary. Right now, it's still too early to be alarmed. It's plenty of time, to go ahead and get prepared, but this thing doesn't even have a center of circulation yet. All right, so hurricane hunters are flying it now, looking for that center. It will develop into our next depression, our next tropical storm. Very high confidence there, but where it goes from there, the confidence is still uncertain. Right? A lot can happen in the Caribbean. In fact, your computer model spread right now. One side would have a stronger storm going over Cuba and certainly impacting Peninsula Florida. This would be midweek, next week to the end of next week, so thinking Thursday, Friday, before we're seeing local or perhaps even Floridian impacts. But even on other sides of computer model forecasts, we have this going over the Yucatan Peninsula. That would make it a much weaker system, easier to steer, and perhaps something that would impact the Gulf Coast states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even perhaps Texas. One thing is certain, though, as we go through the next few days and hurricane hunters continue to look, you see how well developed Fiona is. All right, that system would therefore be easier to track, easier to watch with computer models. Computer models have an easier time. As you see, this is a live look now. Hurricane hunters have found a 40 mile an hour, 41 mile an hour wind gust within this cluster of thunderstorms, but you do not have an official center yet. That's what they need. You need the center, you need that information to go into the computer models to therefore get some more accurate output. And once we get that, then you'll see more defined, tighter looks for that storm system. So as we think about our timing, by tomorrow we will probably have more of a defined center. We'll probably have a depression named by tomorrow or into Friday, or I should say a tropical storm named as we go into the weekend as well. And by that point we'll have more of an idea of how this could impact us by mid to end of next week. Looking locally now, showers for our overnight could come into St. Augustine off the coast. You'll notice we're going to have one more day of potential heat, humidity, and then we really get a change. Let's look at the computer model forecast. Low rain chances over the next 2 to 3 days. But watch what happens there. This is a dry front that's going to come through. Not much shower activity associated with this front, but what is associated with it is some cooler temperatures. Okay, so you'll notice in the 7-day forecast, even looking towards the weekend, we got some mid-90s tomorrow, very low rain chances even through Friday when that front comes through. Look at our weekend mornings in the 60s, highs only in the mid-upper 80s. Beautiful sunny conditions.